All right, Chelsea, whenever you're ready.
Time to break out the imagination station. The following is my picture-perfect day at the park. It's a beautiful sunny day and everyone's running around smiling. There's families playing pickup games of baseball while yards away there's a big game of kickball going on with people after school. There's people jogging with their dogs while there's little kids playing hopscotch that they've made with their own chalk. Off in the grass, there's dancers with their boombox breaking out moves you've never even seen before. There's a little girl with her dad learning to ride a bike with no training wheels, while their little brother climbs a tree with the supervision of his mom doing yoga off in the grass. Not too far from them, there's a pickup game of basketball going on, some playing better than others. You sense a pattern yet? If not, let me give you a hint. This all revolves around one thing, and that one thing is exercise. It's this type of moderate exercise that should be had 30 minutes a day. Through hours of research and personal experience, I've found that moderate physical exercise greatly improves a person's health and wellness. By the end of the speech, you will have developed knowledge of problems related to lack of exercise, solutions to many health-related issues, and the benefits that 30 minutes a day would really give you. 30 minutes in which all of us can give. My first point being, why is physical activity such a need? I mean, really, what's wrong with the couch potato lifestyle? Study done by Vanita Murox with overweight children with body issues found that physical activity greatly improved their overall well-being. They had practiced poor sleeping, eating, and exercise habits, and this resulted in major body issues, and although they wanted to be part of society, they tended to outcast themselves. When they started being more active, their self-esteem was increased while their depression was lowered. This is just one example where physical activity greatly improved lifestyles. Not only can it improve your self-esteem and also lower your depression, but according to Alan Ho, who wrote Watchword for Better Health, there's clear evidence that regular activity reduces the rate of many major public health issues. In the documentary by Morgan Spurlock titled Super Size Me, one in which all of us have probably seen, some of these diseases include coronary heart disease, stroke, adult onset diabetes, and certain cancers. Now we've discussed lack of activity results in lower self-esteem, heightened depression, and a higher chance of getting diseases and problems. Now let's figure out how we can solve this. According to a letter published at Tufts University Health and Nutrition titled 4 Healthy Habits Cut Risk for Serious Disease, you need at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise a day. This was also backed up in the documentary Super Size Me. Now the question we all have, what exactly is moderate exercise? According to an article on Weight Watchers, the technical definition would be when you exercise and you become 55 to 69% of your maximum heart rate. To find your maximum heart rate, you just simply take 220 minus your age and that'll give you it. Most of us being 20, our maximum heart rate at 100% would be 200, and this just breaks it down as you get older. More simply, there are 3 levels of exercise intensities, which includes light, moderate, and high. Keeping this in mind, you can kind of get a feel for what moderate exercise would be. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be unbearably hard. With this breakdown, it just basically says that you're going to sweat after 10 minutes and that your breath's going to become more frequent and deeper. Now that we've discussed how 30 minutes a day is highly recommended, let's get a deeper understanding of the benefits and the harms. When it comes to exercising daily, the harms and benefits tend to come hand in hand. According to an article titled Fitness, published in the Journal of American Medical Association, lack of exercise can lead to loss of muscle, obesity, reduced functional ability, and cardio disease. Other diseases include hypertension, sleep apnea, respiratory problems, cancers, reproductive hormone abnormalities. This is also a greater list of just some diseases that can be avoided by simply being active 30 minutes a day. According to Pim Kuiper, who studied college students, a healthy lifestyle is greatly interrelated to your happiness. In this chart, it shows that the people who actually exercise tend to be very satisfied with their lives, while the people in blue tend to be very dissatisfied. In his study, well-being affects health outcome, and happier students tended to be healthier and be more active. 60% of American adults in just 2004 were overweight. This doesn't even include the skinny people that are unhealthy, because just because you're skinny does not mean you're healthy. You don't necessarily work out all the time, and you can be just as healthy as the overweight people. So this 60% is the overweight people, while the 40% includes all the other people that aren't healthy. And this was just in 2004, and it's only got worse since then. A great quote in Super Size Me stated that in America we do not have health care, but we have sick care. Simply exercising 30 minutes a day can avoid many of the health problems we have here in America. This shows what 30 minutes is compared to the 24 hours in a day. It's such a minute amount of time, like all you have to do is devote it to some exercise, and you can avoid so much just being sick when you have nothing, you can't do anything because you're sick. And all it takes is that small amount of time. In conclusion, I've told you what the problems are, I've shared with you the solution and the benefits, so now let's breathe life into the plan to set it into action. There are the normal ways you can exercise, like jogging or lifting weights, going on bike rides. You could even do stretching exercises like yoga, but some of us don't have time for that, and that's where you gotta get creative. For example, you could park a farther distance in the parking lot. Those few hundred extra steps will add up every day, and that in itself is making an effort to get into better shape. You could also have dance parties when you get home in your apartment with your roommates, and it really takes away the job aspect of working out that some people tend to see it as. There's always a way that you can get active. It just takes thinking about it and making the effort. Now that we have a greater understanding of what 30 minutes of moderate exercise a day would do, let's not waste any more time. Let's start the revolution and make the park look how it should. Whoever said exercise had to be a grueling task?